Ladies and gentlemen of the Alphas, gather around for this moment of truth. I stand before you today, not to tell you what you want to hear, but to tell you what you need to hear. The world has been playing a game that they thought they were winning, a game that they thought would last forever. But little did they know, the players who were meant to destroy their twisted little world were already in the shadows, preparing to turn everything upside down. The game they thought was secure is now nothing but toast. Their foundation is crumbling, their arrogance has reached its peak, and they are about to learn the hard way that nothing lasts forever. The moment you stepped into the arena, you sealed their fate. You didn't follow the rules that they set for you. You didn't play by their tired little script. No, you did something that no one in their world could even begin to fathom. You broke their system, you twisted their expectations, and you created chaos from their order. They were never prepared for someone like you, someone who refused to be controlled, someone who refused to stay silent while the world burned. You turned everything upside down, and in doing so, you've set the stage for their downfall. You see, they thought they had you figured out. They thought they could predict your every move. They thought they could control your every action. But in the end, they failed. They failed because they underestimated you. They failed because they believed that their system was invincible, that their dominance was eternal. They failed because they never considered that there was someone out there who would rise above their games, who would tear their walls down piece by piece, who would look them straight in the eyes and say, "No more." The world they built was one of manipulation, one of false narratives and controlled outcomes. They created a lie, a web of illusions, and they spun it so expertly that the masses never even questioned it. But you saw through the lies, you saw the cracks in the facade, and you exposed the truth. You stood tall in the face of adversity and didn't flinch when they tried to silence you. Instead, you pushed forward, you fought back, and with every step, you ripped apart the illusion they so desperately clung to. They thought they could break you. They thought they could crush your spirit. But what they didn't realize was that you were never meant to be part of their game. You were never meant to be one of their pawns. You were meant to be the storm that destroys their world, the earthquake that shatters everything they've worked so hard to build. And now, as you stand on the precipice of their destruction, you can feel the weight of your victory in your bones. It's funny, isn't it? How they thought they had control, how they thought they were the ones pulling the strings, that they were the ones who dictated the terms of the game. But now, as they watch their empire crumble, as they watch their carefully constructed world fall apart, they realize the truth. The real power was never in their hands. The real power was always in your hands. You were the force that they couldn't predict, the element that they couldn't control. You were the chaos they couldn't tame. They thought they could use fear to control you, but what they didn't understand is that fear is the weapon of the weak. Fear only works on those who are too afraid to rise above it, too afraid to face the truth. But you looked fear in the eye and laughed. You embraced it, you used it as fuel to propel yourself forward, and in doing so, you became unstoppable. You became the embodiment of everything they feared, everything they tried to suppress. As they watch their game crumble, they will try to spin their narrative. They will try to paint themselves as the victims, but you know better. You know that the truth is far more brutal than they can ever admit. They are the ones who built this broken system. They are the ones who deceived the masses. And they are the ones who thought they could control the course of history. But history is not theirs to control. History belongs to those who dare to challenge the status quo, to those who dare to disrupt the game. And make no mistake, this is not just about you. This is about all the people they tried to crush, all the voices they tried to silence, all the souls they tried to manipulate. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for everyone who has been left behind, everyone who has been told they weren't enough, everyone who has been told they were not worthy of their place in the world. You are their champion, their voice, their symbol of resistance. You are the one who will lead them out of the darkness and into the light, and nothing will stop you now. They will come at you with everything they have. They will try to discredit you. They will try to undermine your every move, but they will never understand the depth of your resolve. They will never understand the fire that burns within you, the fire that refuses to be extinguished. And as they scramble to save their sinking ship, you will rise higher, you will move faster, and you will strike harder. This is your moment. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment when everything changes. You have already turned the tables, you have already broken their game, and now it's time to finish what you started. There is no turning back, there is no retreat. The world they built is on the edge of collapse, and the only thing standing between their destruction and your victory is your will. Your will to rise above the noise, to rise above the chaos, and to claim what is rightfully yours. They are weak, and they will crumble beneath the weight of their own lies. But you are a force of nature. You are a force that cannot be stopped, a force that will not be denied. And as you stand on the edge of their downfall, you will remember one thing. Their game is toast, and you are the one who turned everything upside down. They will try to rally. They will try to hold on to whatever power they have left, but it won't be enough. The game is over, and they've already lost. Their attempts to rebuild will be futile. Their efforts to regain control will be laughable, and the world they tried to dominate will rise up in defiance. The game is toast, and you are the one who brought the end to it. So, stand tall, stand proud, and know that as you watch them fall, as you watch them scramble to pick up the pieces of their shattered empire, you will remember that this was your victory. The game they thought they controlled was never theirs to begin with. It was always yours. And now, with everything in your power, you will show the world the true meaning of strength. We stand at the threshold of a new dawn, one where power is redefined, where strength is no longer measured by the weak metrics of those who thought they could rule. No longer will we allow the tyrants of this world to shape the narrative, to impose their vision of control. They have already made the mistake of thinking that they hold the reins. They made the mistake of believing that their power would always stand unchallenged. But today, we speak of a different kind of strength, one forged not in fear or domination, but in resilience, in will, in the undeniable truth that we control our own destinies. You see, strength is not just the ability to overpower someone else, to crush them beneath the weight of your force. It is not about using fear as your weapon or spreading your influence by exploiting the weak. Strength is something far deeper than that. Strength is the ability to endure in the face of adversity, to rise again when the world tries to knock you down. Strength is the resilience to face every obstacle, every challenge, and come through the other side not just unbroken, but empowered. True strength is born in the fire of hardship. It's forged through the pain, the losses, the countless battles that have scarred your body, mind, and soul. The world may try to tell you that strength is about physical might, that it's about intimidating others into submission. But they don't know what true strength is. They don't understand that true strength is standing tall when the weight of the world is on your shoulders and refusing to break. True strength is in your refusal to stay down, your refusal to accept defeat, and your unwavering belief in your ability to keep going, even when every part of you tells you to stop. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what the world has never prepared for. They thought they could break you. They thought they could silence you. But what they didn't realize is that your strength doesn't come from them, it comes from within. The true alphas aren't those who need to step on others to feel powerful. No, the true alphas are those who know who they are, who understand their value, and who stand tall with an inner power that cannot be shaken by the chaos around them. And that's what sets you apart from them. You see, the game they've been playing was always a lie, an illusion of power that they tried to project onto the world, and they thought that they could. The players, they never realized that you were never meant to be one of their pawns. Their game was built on fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of what they couldn't understand. Fear of those who refuse to follow the rules. But fear is not a foundation that can withstand the weight of reality. Fear is fleeting. Fear is a shadow that dissipates when confronted by courage. And that, my friends, is why the game they built is toast. You turned everything upside down because you exposed the one thing they thought they could never lose: their grip on the world. Strength is not just in the fight, but in what you do when the fight is over. When the dust settles, when the smoke clears, who do you become? The true measure of strength is in how you rebuild, how you rise, how you rebuild the world on your own terms. You didn't just break their game. You're here to rebuild everything they thought they controlled. Your strength lies in your ability to reshape the world in your image, to rebuild from the ashes and create something stronger, something that can never be toppled by their empty promises and shallow illusions of power. This is the essence of true victory. Not the moment of conquest, but the aftermath. The aftermath where you stand tall, not just as a victor, but as someone who has seen the world for what it truly is: broken, fragile, and in desperate need of transformation. You didn't come here just to win. You came to create a new order, to forge a new path that no one can ever take from you. You've shattered their illusion of control, but more importantly, you've shown the world what true strength looks like. In their eyes, strength was always about domination, but they failed to see that domination is the weapon of the weak. Those who dominate others are insecure, terrified that someone will rise up to take their place. It is the act of controlling others that betrays their own fear. And fear is the antithesis of true strength. Fear clouds judgment. Fear diminishes courage. Fear weakens the soul. True strength isn't afraid of being challenged. True strength welcomes it because in every challenge, it finds an opportunity to grow stronger. And that's exactly what you've done. With every obstacle they put in your path, you grew stronger. With every setback, you found a way to turn it into a stepping stone. They thought they could break you, but instead, you became unbreakable. They thought their system would hold you down, but it only fueled your fire. Every lie they told, every attempt they made to keep you in line, only solidified your resolve to tear it all down and rebuild it your way. What they never understood is that your strength comes not from crushing others, but from knowing your own worth. It comes from understanding that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. They tried to play their game by their rules, but you saw through those rules. You saw them for what they were: shackles designed to keep you contained, to keep you under control, to keep you from reaching your full potential. And instead of accepting those rules, you broke them. You rewrote them. You took everything they thought they knew and turned it upside down. Their game is toast. It's gone. It's a relic of the past, a symbol of their inability to adapt to the changing tides of history. They have built their empire on a foundation of sand, and now the waves of truth have come crashing down, tearing it apart, exposing it for what it truly was: fragile and fleeting. But you are built on stone. You are built on the strength of your spirit, your resilience, your determination to rise above the ashes and take control of your destiny. And now, as they scramble, as they try to salvage whatever remains of their crumbling empire, you stand as the new force of change. The world has been turned upside down, but you are the one who holds the key to the future. The future is yours to shape. The future is yours to create, and it will be built on the strength of those who refuse to be dominated, those who refuse to bow down, those who refuse to play by anyone else's rules. Strength is the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. When the world tells you to quit, when the voices around you whisper that you're not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough, strength is the refusal to listen. Strength is the voice inside that tells you to keep going, no matter the odds. Strength is the belief that you can rise higher than anyone ever thought possible, that you can overcome every obstacle, that you can do what others said couldn't be done. That is the power that you now wield, the power of the underdog who refuses to stay down, who refuses to accept defeat, and who rises stronger with every challenge. Strength is the ability to adapt, to thrive in chaos, to turn every challenge into an opportunity. When they thought they had you cornered, you found a way out. When they thought they could control you, broke free. When they thought you were finished, you came back stronger than ever. You didn't just survive their game, you mastered it. You turned their weaknesses into your strength, their limitations into your advantage. The game they played was always a lie. Their power was built on falsehoods, and now those falsehoods are being exposed for all to see. The walls they built to protect themselves are crumbling, and in the rubble, you stand. You are the one who has the strength to rebuild, to create something better, something stronger. You are the one who will define the new order, and so we rise together, stronger than ever before, knowing that their game is toast, knowing that we hold the future in our hands, knowing that the strength we possess cannot be broken. The game is over, but the revolution has just begun. This is the moment when we take what is rightfully ours, when we build a world on our terms, and when we show the world that true power isn't about control, it's about strength, resilience, and the unwavering will to rise above. We stand at the edge of something monumental, something that will echo throughout history. The will to rise above. It's not just a phrase. It's not a motivational catchphrase that sounds good on a poster or a slogan you recite to get through the day. It is a call to arms. It is a declaration of intent. It is the embodiment of the human spirit, the unyielding force that refuses to stay down, that refuses to accept defeat, no matter how many times the world tries to knock you down. You see, the will to rise above is something that cannot be broken. It is not a fleeting feeling or a temporary surge of adrenaline. It is a deep, unshakable belief in your ability to transcend, to push past every obstacle, to rise again, stronger and more determined than ever before. The world will test you, life will throw everything it has at you, but as long as you have the will to rise above, there is nothing that can stop you. They thought they could break you. They thought they could wear you down with their lies, their manipulations, and their games. But what they didn't understand is that you are not like them. You are not like the others who bow to the whims of the system, who accept their fate with submission. No, you are a force of nature. You are the storm that will sweep through their carefully constructed world, the fire that will burn away everything that is false and leave only the truth standing in its wake. The will to rise above is not something you are born with. It is something you forge in the heat of battle. It is something you cultivate in the darkest moments of your life, when the weight of the world feels like it is crushing you. when you are standing on the edge and the abyss seems so close. The will to rise above is the inner strength that says, I will not stay here. I will not be defined by my circumstances. I will not be defeated by the world around me. I will rise no matter what it takes. Every challenge you face, every setback, every failure is not a reason to give up. They are reasons to get up and fight harder. They are the very things that will fortify your resolve, that will strengthen your belief in yourself and your mission. The will to rise above is the refusal to accept failure as an option. It is the understanding that every failure is simply a lesson in disguise, a stepping stone on the path to success. The journey may be long, the road may be hard, but with the will to rise above, you are unstoppable. The world has been playing a game that they thought they controlled. They thought they held the power. They thought they were untouchable. But what they didn't understand is that the true power lies not in control, but in freedom. The freedom to choose, the freedom to rise above the limitations they impose, the freedom to carve your own path and refuse to be held down by their rules. Rising above isn't about escaping the pain. It's about confronting it head on and using it as fuel. It's about taking every wound, every scar, and turning it into strength. It's about finding power in your struggle and using that power to propel yourself forward. The more they try to hold you back, the more you will rise. The more they throw obstacles in your way, the stronger you will become. They thought they could defeat you, but every blow they landed only made you stronger. Every word they whispered to tear you down only added fire to your spirit. And now you stand before them, unbreakable, unyielding, unstoppable. Rising above means you understand that no matter how many times you fall, you always get back up. And each time you rise, you are stronger than before. You have learned from your mistakes, you have refined your skills, and you have gained a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. The will to rise above means never staying down, never letting the darkness swallow you, no matter how hard it tries. It means getting back up after every fall, finding your strength in the ashes, and continuing forward with relentless determination. You are the warrior who does not retreat, who does not surrender. You are the one who understands that real power comes from within. It is not granted by others. It is not given to you by the system. The real power is yours. The power to rise, the power to fight, the power to transform the world around you. They underestimated your strength. They thought they had you figured out, but they were wrong. They never understood that the true power lies in your refusal to be defeated, in your refusal to be controlled, in your unshakable belief that you will rise above. They thought they could break you. They thought they could crush your spirit, but they didn't realize that you are the storm that will tear their world apart. Their empire is built on lies, on manipulation, on fear, and the moment you rise, the moment you refuse to play by their rules, their whole structure will begin to crumble. They cannot stand against the force of your will, because the force of your will is unbreakable, unrelenting, and unstoppable. To rise above is to embrace your true potential. It's about understanding that you are capable of far more than they could ever imagine. You are not limited by their expectations, by their small-minded view of what you can achieve. You are limitless. The only boundaries that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Rising above means shattering those boundaries. It means breaking free from the limitations of the past and stepping into a future that is yours to define. When you rise above, you rise for everyone who has been held down by the system. You rise for those who have been silenced, for those who have been oppressed, for those who have been told they are not enough. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for all those who have been told they are nothing, for all those who have been told they cannot succeed, for all those who have been forced to live in the shadows. You are their voice, their champion, their symbol of hope. And when you rise, they rise with you. You are the beacon of strength, the light that guides them out of the darkness. The world they created was a world of fear, of control, of limitations. But you have shattered that world. You have torn down the walls they built to keep you in check. Now, you are free. You are free to rise above, free to create your own destiny, free to define your own path. The will to rise above is your passport to that freedom. It is your shield against the forces that try to hold you back. And with that shield, you will continue to rise, no matter what comes your way. No matter how hard the battle, no matter how fierce the storm, they thought they could control you. They thought they could break your spirit. But they were wrong. You are not meant to be controlled. You are not meant to bow down to anyone. You are a force that will never be broken, a force that will always rise above. And when you rise, you will take the world with you. In the end, it is not about what they tried to take from you. It is about what you have become. It is about your transformation from someone who was once vulnerable, once uncertain, into someone who is now a force to be reckoned with. You are not the same person who first walked onto this battlefield. You have risen above every challenge, every obstacle, every failure. And in doing so, you have become something far greater than they could have ever imagined. The will to rise above is a promise to yourself. It is a promise that no matter what happens, no matter how many times you are knocked down, you will always rise. It is a promise that you will never be defeated, never be broken, and never be silenced. And when you rise, you will be stronger than ever before. You will be the storm that destroys their game, the force that reshapes the world, and the one who will lead others to rise above as well. Their game is toast. You turned everything upside down. And now, it's time for you to rise. The world is waiting. In the end, the power to rise above lies within you. It's the strength to defy the odds, to shatter the limitations, and to transform adversity into victory. You've already proven that their game is toast, that their control is a mere illusion. Now, it's your time to lead, to shape the future on your own terms, and to show the world what true strength and resilience look like. Never forget, the will to rise above is unstoppable, and that's exactly what you've become.